I'm back for Dusty S's ongoing coverage of Fragicago 2023 here at the Scrims Esports Center in Lyle, Illinois. I'm here with Ink, coming off a Straight Aimers elimination match against Carry Esports, where they fell in a 2-0 loss to the team. So your run has come to an end, but I want to start off by asking you, how do you feel about your run overall? Because you end up making top 16 playoffs with a mix.
Yeah, so we came in here seeded as the top half of the tournament. So there's 32 teams, and we were seeded around like 13th to 14th. So making top 16 was definitely like the bare minimum for us, even regarding like disregarding who we were going to play. Obviously, beyond that, after getting situated and going into day one, we realized like it's top 8 or bust in our heads. Like we really wanted to make quarterfinals because there's a bunch of other teams that could sneak through their group and get through. And I know we got through it, but I think everybody saw the quality of the play and can kind of put more beyond that.
And speaking of the quality of the play, yesterday all eyes were on you guys as you faced off against Might. I don't think a lot of people, maybe even you as well, didn't expect for things to be so close against a team that's been described as sort of an advanced super team. How are you guys feeling there in the match? And what were the emotions going through your head over that complete roller coaster of a series?
Yeah, retroactively, like watching the stream back, we heard one of the casters say that we were playing as if it didn't matter what the other names on the server was, and I think you could tell the whole tournament. Against the weaker opponents, we dominated them, and then against the better ones, we stepped up to them. And this mindset is really like the winning formula when you go to LAN, because at the end of the day, you look across the building, and the person's just another kid with a keyboard and mouse, and you realize like, oh, I'm probably better than this kid if I just flex on him and do a play or something, and we really relied on that. And in the moment, it was like we were super calm. It felt like the goal was kind of just to get to an opportunity to say like, oh, this player, how are you losing to me? Like, I'm a pedestrian, I walk on the street and you're losing to me, like that's an issue. So we came in with that underdog mentality, but we knew that we could flex some really good individual skill, and it came through.
So you talk about sort of the names on the other half of the server, but then you say, okay, we have the individual skill to take them on. But I don't think anyone really knows a lot about your team and who really showed up to play. So who are these 5 players who came to almost take down Might?
Yeah, so I'll start with my opper, Noah. So Noah, I used to coach him in season 45, and I actually met him in the Nerd Street standoff LAN, and I just loved his energy. And on LAN, he dropped like 100 kills in a best of 3. So I was like, okay, if I could ever play with this kid, I will. And I got the opportunity to play with him last season. Going into this season, I'm still with him. And he's just been such a delight. He's from the West Coast, so his ping is trash. So him on LAN has been just it's even better to watch because zero ping goes a long way. In regards to my next teammate, it's spelled Kapanik, but it's pronounced Karapus because he's Russian. I'm not going to say what the meaning is because I don't really know. But he's pretty much an unknown talent. This is his 4th season of ESEA ever, and he's already in main playoffs with me. So I think he's really flexed his individual skill, and he plays pugs day in, day out. I know everybody who's watching this that plays NA pugs and face it will have been on the other side of the barrel against him. And then Hambuga and Eli, which is Kodak, they're both Karapus's teammates from previous seasons. And they really came here and they saw the opportunity to go with us. They actually reached out to us before we even decided who our last 2 were, and they were like, please, we want to go to LAN, and greatest choice ever. They really flexed the fact that they wanted to learn on the spot. Kodak brought his PC tower to our Airbnb, so I was sitting there for 5 hours going through each map, just this is the util you throw, this is the util you throw, this is the util you throw, and it was really entertaining watching people look up to me and say oh, this is sick util, this is sick idea, sick strat. So really great to play with these guys.
And then, well, you forgot one other person. Who are you?
Oh, who am I? Well, this is my 5th season of competitive play, so I'm in main playoffs now. I do everything. I'm currently coaching the Impact team for the Tsunami Sirens. I play in main as an IGL. I am the general manager of Tsunami Esports, as well as I even dabbled in casting, but more do social media beyond casting. So I'm just trying to put my fingers in whatever pond, and I really like the idea of going into each field and seeing what latches onto me. And to be completely honest, a playing career did not seem like the most possible thing, but as I've gotten a lot of confidence at this LAN, I see a lot of future possibilities for me, and I think I've gotten a lot of recognition for my calling, which is very pacey, and in CS2, this pacey stuff is really working, and people got caught out. So I'm really enjoying how this LAN went for me.
And speaking of your time, working in Impact, something I was interested about is the fact that, sometimes we see you on the server and sometimes we see Aaron on the server for Tsunami Sirens. Why is that the way it is? And can you sort of explain the role balance between the two of you?
Yeah. So if you wanted to put a title to it, Aaron is currently our assistant coach. And since I play ESEA, it's in the rules that I can't coach it. So for their ESEA matches, I'm not allowed to sit in, but I find every opportunity I can to join their practices whenever either mine are done or, on the weekends, I do the cash cups with them because that's completely allowed. And then for impact matches, last season, we made a mid-season switch because we kind of needed a more conditioning type of coaching, talking about, okay, you could have done this, and making mid-round adjustments beyond just like the small things. So Erin is really good with fundamentals. She's very good at like bringing a lot of gimmicky stuff to our gameplay too. Like she's one of those like ROPS server testers where she checks each little detail about the game, and I appreciate her. She's paid the same way the players are paid, so it's like she's very invaluable to the team because obviously it's the structure of the team that I'm not there 100% of the time, and so we entrust her to like be given the same respect I'm given, and she does a great job. So.
And then last question for you. I think last season in Impact, Tsunami Sirens sort of came out as one of the darling teams, did a lot stronger performance than I think a lot of people were expecting. So with this recent announcement of the changes to the Impact League, how's the team feeling, and is it a big hit to your motivation, or the team's motivation rather, to keep competing?
Obviously, like the initial reaction is a lot of emotions, like anger, grief, and just some people feel miserable. But after looking at it, we had the goal of season 5 to be make top 2, make LAN, and if for season 6 it means we have to make top 1 and beat either FlyQuest or I assume Shimmer would be the other team that we'd go against, then that's completely fine by me. And as you saw with last season, like we heated it up. We're undefeated for the last 5 games. And for the cash cups, I think we've won 5 straight, or at least 5 of the last 6. So, I mean, sirens are here, and you're gonna have to sound the sirens soon because season 5 is starting up really soon. And yeah.
All right, you sound definitely like someone whose career we should watch with interest. Thank you so much for your time, and we'll see you around the venue.
All right, thank you.
Yep, of course. All right.